Hey friends, welcome back to my studio. I'm going to paint some cone flowers. I want to keep it simple. I'm thinking maybe five large cone flowers on this 12-inch by 12-inch wood panel. It's an 1.5 inches thick. It feels sandy to me. I've got clear gesso on it. I'm going to use, actually, before I do that, I think I want a dark background. I do that sometimes. It's more dramatic, maybe dark blues, dark greens. I'm going to use primary colors and try to keep it simple, but we're going to have a lot of fun. Okay, guys, let's jump in. Let's set the table. So I had picked up an old palette from a previous painting, and I was going to use it up, but I ended up putting out more color and I'm running out of room. But it's the colors I always use. They're all Liquitex. I'm going to start a new palette while I'm thinking of that. These are all Liquitex paints. Let's start here. This is Cad Yellow Medium Hue, what's left of it. Quinacridone Magenta, Titanium White, Mars Black, and Phthalo Blue Green shade. The Phthalo Blue Green shade is a heavy body, and I just mixed muted colors and used a 1-inch really cheap brush. This one is from Blick Art Materials. You can get these anywhere, I think. And just put some black on there, put some green on there, and just mixed a section at a time. You can see that in the time lapse. And I'm just looking for dark and muddy. I have dark corners. Down here, I have a dark center. Just for fun. It's a portrait of cone flowers, which I love. I do a lot of portrait type paintings. I mixed Cad Yellow Medium Hue with a little bit of Mars Black and painted the stems. Oh, I'm skipping ahead a little bit. I used a white charcoal pencil to draw on about where I think the flowers are going to go. And then I took a number 4 round from Princeton and used black and this green to put in the stems. I'm going to put in some flowers. But as I said, I'm going to start a new palette. Or it's not flowers. I'm going to put in some leaves. I don't know where I want all of them to go, but I know I want some down here. Okay. I think that sets the table. I'll be back in a bit. Let's chat for a minute. I don't remember what I said the last time I popped in. I'm bringing up some of the values. Well, I'm pretty sure I talked about how I darkened this area with some black. I put some light green over here. So the light's pretty much coming from the top. Oh, hey, Wally. I don't know if you could hear my cat meow. And it's somewhat dappled. A splash of light there, a splash of light here. I painted the centers and I came back with some orange and darkened them so that I could come back with some little tiny spike strokes, both lighter and darker, and then some straight up magenta in there. I added some straight up magenta and white on this one. I might leave this one warmer. Leave this one a little cooler just for fun. Oh, I should say which brushes I'm using. This is a 1/2 inch flat brush from Michaels. It came in a pack of 4 or 5 brushes. And that's what I'm using. I'm trying to wipe it off so it doesn't. I put it down and I might do the right side of the petal and I put it down and do the left side of the petal. put in some dark ones and then come back with some lighter ones. These petals aren't done. They're pretty close, but I'm gonna want to put some highlights in them. Like this one has a couple lines in it. This one has some lines in it already. I might want to put a couple more little skinny lines. And I'm starting to build up the center with a little round brush. I don't know what number it is. It's from Royal and Langnickel. It came in a pack of I don't know how many brushes. Oh, 2 round, right on there. The tag I haven't taken off. And just mixing. So when I put on, here, let's back up a little bit. When I put on this dark petal, I'll give you a close-up tour. It's transparent and I have 2 coats on that. But that's okay. You can leave it a little transparent. Or it's transparent there too. Or I darkened it enough or added a little white in these sort of mid-range value petals to cover the stem. So it's quinacridone and the brown I mixed to make it's probably pretty close to a red oxide color if you wanted to use that. I think that's about it. Oh, one other thing that just popped into my head is I'm working, this one's in the back, even though there's nothing covering it. This one's in front of this one, so I painted this one next. And then I'll probably paint either this one or this one. So I'm thinking these 3 will be white or shades of white, and then these 3 will be pink, and then this one's like an extra. I was gonna do 5, but then I wanted to fill it out more, and they say you really should do odd numbers, and some don't count this one, but I count this one as a flower, even though it's not. It's just budding. Okay. I thought maybe you'd want to see this one. I think that flower's done. Oh, there's Wally hopping up on his chair. It's been a long time since he's done that. And then we'll show you the one I'm working on so you can see the difference. The spikes are fun. And then I added a little more white to this leaf since I last popped in. And if it's too light, I can darken it back down if I want it to recede into the shadows. Here, maybe we can kind of square it up. I don't know if I can get it far enough back or square. My besties, oh, I can't get it. I didn't move my phone quite far enough back. My besties know that I have a hard time getting it square. Just kind of slide through and you can see. Oh, that one does go over onto the side just a little. Sometimes it's kind of nice. Oh, that's another thought. Sometimes it's kind of nice to go off the edge. Sometimes I don't. Or quite often I haven't. So this petal goes off the edge and this leaf goes off the edge. And I don't know, I might put a couple little weeds or something over on the side. Oh, he went under his bed, I see. Okay, we were doing a kind of a run through of this half. So when I first started this one, I really didn't like it. I thought it was gonna be too plain. Okay, then we'll do this side. I knew the muddy background and dark would help as far as values. Because then I can go a little darker if needed. You know, slowly bring up the values. I don't need to go, like this isn't white at all. Hopefully that makes some sense. I'm really liking it now. I'm wondering if I need more leaves, but I don't think so. I put in a few leaves, like I ended up covering this leaf almost completely. That's okay. That'll add a little interest, a little one on top of the other kind of thing. Then I realized I needed to get the flower petals in to see what else it might need. Okay, guys, hopefully a few of those comments help. I'll be back in a bit. I'm calling it done. When I look at my phone, it looks a little more washed out in the background. And it looks darker in person. I really like the muddy, muted background. And then I have some muddy, muted colors, but then I come with some bright colors too, which really make the flowers come forward. And I like that the leaves aren't real strong. This is the strongest leaf. I covered this leaf up. Kind of, I think it's, I mean, the blue, I think it's all right. These are supposed to be white, but I ended up making them a little darker because it's more dappled light. Just like these are quite a bit darker. I used the same brushes, the little round, number 2 round from Royal and Lane Nickel. And then the 1/2 inch, oh, I don't know if that's a 1/2 inch. Maybe a 1/2 inch flat brush from Michaels. Let's see, this took me 8 to 10 hours just because I was, you know, I put in the dark petals first and then it even came back and darkened them in some areas and then, you know, lighter petals and then I just kept working up to light. I put straight up white on these, a little bit of white right there. Some artists say you should mix a little yellow in it, a little something in it. They may be right, but gosh, I like having like white, and straight up black. I like the value range. I may not like that in a few years. Well, you know, time will tell. I really, you know, I don't know if I said this already or just was thinking about it. When I started this and the background was fine and I drew the flowers on, I'm thinking this isn't going to be that great. And now I really like it because there's so much drama in the painting. I haven't done I do a lot of color, but this one has a lot of value change, which I really like. I think that's pretty much it. See if I can square it up. Ooh. Oh, no. Is that square? That might be square. Do a tour. There, that looks pretty true to color when I get it closer. Isn't that fun? Just a little bit of white on those centers, little dots. Actually, the bud turned out really well. I kept just adjusting it a little bit over time, put in a little bit of dark down in here, put a little bit of orange or something right there. Well, and my coneflowers have quite a few petals. I don't think they do in, you know, when you see them out in nature, but I like all the petals. I particularly like this petal. It turned out well. It's a nice little shape. The leaves are really pretty simple. And I don't think coneflowers have that colorful of centers, but that was kind of fun. I like that. Oh, that one does. I think I showed it already. That smaller pink one goes over to the side. Okay, you could take that screenshot, use it as a traceable. You can Google coneflowers. I've painted enough of them and seen enough of them that I just went off of, you know, what I thought of them. So fun to hang out with you. I love that we can connect through YouTube. I super appreciate your support. Great big happy art hugs, and I hope to chat with you soon. Bye, guys.